Here we will give you a short and comprehensive guide on how to learn the ring muscle up. Many of our clients get the skill by only training it once for a few sets per week. It's a great bonus or a fun addition to achieve on the side. Let's see how. Here we will talk about the normal ring muscle up though. Caveat: this must be a given. You need a decent general pulling and pushing strength. Meaning, you should be able to do a few pull-ups and a few dips and have gotten comfortable dipping a few reps on rings. Your main work will be on pull-ups / weighted pull-ups and dips with a frequency of 2 to 3 times per week with 3 to 6 sets per session and 2 to 4 sets of accessories, which optimally would be any horizontal pulling, for example ring rows, and pushing exercises like ring push-ups, P-bar push-ups, bench press, dumbbell bench press, and so on. Your muscle up work will consist of number 1, the false grip. Get comfortable with this extremely uncomfortable grip. Here is a little tip on how to get it every time. Slide your hand on the top of the ring and then put the weight on it. Hanging in this grip twice a week with a slight support from the legs in the beginning and working up to 15 to 30 comfy seconds will be your first step. Number 2, get comfortable pulling in the false grip. Given you have a decent pull strength, once the grip is solid, work your way up with a few false grip ring rows. If it isn't, you can start integrating 2 to 6 sets of single false grip pull-ups once a week. They will feel uncomfortable in the beginning. Aim to get the rings at a lower chest height, don't lose the false grip, and keep your elbows nice and tight close to your body while maintaining scapular depression. Number 3, once the singles are solid, work your way up to a few reps. Usually anywhere between 2 to 6 reps for a few sets is more than enough, given the technique is flawless. This is highly individual. Now the transition work can start. Be extremely careful and don't rush the process here. Start with a few sets of single transition work to understand the movement. Use your legs and just go through the movement. The thing you want to focus on is getting the rings down and under in direction of the stomach and laying over them as you would lean out a window. Number 4, bands. Using bands in the muscle up can be very useful, since the transition is extremely stressful on our triceps and wrists, and if not done correctly, on our elbows and rotator cuff as well. Once you understand the pattern, you can work on your first banded muscle up. If you need 30+ kg resistance bands or higher, we recommend you keep working on low intensity transition and high false grip pull-ups for now, as well as improving your base in weighted pull-ups and dips. Set up the band over the rings and put it under the glutes. Control the whole movement. Focus on keeping your elbows tucked in and your shoulders depressed. Don't flare them out. Number 5. Doing 2 to 4 sets of single banded controlled muscle ups is more than enough for the first month or months of approaching the skill. We do the rest of the work with our pull-up and dip work. Give your passive structures time to adapt. Do not rush it. With time, work up to 2 to 3 reps. Add them to 1 set at a time, and only if the technique is safe and consistent. Before testing a lighter band, use 5 kg steps in the deload weeks and decide if it's time to integrate it in your training. Number 6. A trained eye will recognize when the time is right, but usually when you can hit controlled doubles and triples with the lightest band, for example this Grenation Gray band, which is about 5 kgs, you are ready to get your first ring muscle up. If you had an eye on technique, progress slowly and didn't rush it, it should directly look fluid with no chicken winging and absolutely pain-free. Number 7. Congrats! You have achieved your first ring muscle up. Now is not the time to start wrapping them out like crazy 4 times a week. You will have hopefully noticed that slow and steady is the way to go. Keep it that way. Work up your way in singles, hitting 4 to 8 sets on those. Then add doubles to single sets. Once a few consecutive reps are possible, you can, if a weighted comp is a goal, add them 1 time more per week, slowly working up to more total sets done and start to put some weight on them. Good luck!